Welcome back to the X's Nerds podcast. I feel like it's been a minute, man. But you know, we're here giving you guys a tea as usual.
Come on, G.
In the room today, we got Bam Bam.
Come on, G.
We got the Bronze Bomber.
Huh?
We got Mr. Selenkay.
Yo, what you telling me?
And we got special guest, Dot. What are you saying, man? What's good?
What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
This guy's loving the camera.
I'm feeling myself
This
right
guy's
now.
loving the camera. I can't lie. Dot said a lot during whilst the cameras were off, you know. But hey.
There's been some There's been some good talk. But no,
Hey,
this topic-
can we get a drop though? You know before you announce anything, yeah? Can we get the drop?
I plead the fifth.
I think that says a lot, to be honest. But this topic is an interesting one because it obviously it's an important part of the game. I personally don't think teams don't take it as important as they should. How important is pre-season? And this goes all the way back to like when you do, because some teams do a pre-season where they're working out in the gym together, and then come like November, December, then they start doing pre-season. Then I'm talking about games as well, pre-season games as well, where you actually face a decent opposition that reflects who you might be playing in the Prem or whatever division you're in. I don't feel like it's taken seriously enough, personally.
There is no preseason.
Mad. Elaborate.
It's just a continuation of a season, man.
Oh,
Okay.
I disagree with that.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah,
The game stops, but your personal development doesn't. So, yeah, you may not be playing games, which you might call a the in season, but you should always be in a gym. You should always have the cones out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about off season though? There's such thing as off season.
Yeah, off season, but that's more team friendly stuff, isn't it?
No, not really.
There
Like,
should
I feel like there needs to be a time once the season's done, after you've done rehab and
Yeah,
your
obviously
body's
just
right,
to chill.
to do nothing.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
literally
yeah.
no
Yeah,
gym,
your
no
body
football.
rests.
Like me, I watch football every single day. Like after the season, I need to zone out and not look at football because I'll just turn into a sideline if I do, bro.
Pre-season, off-season, it's all just time doesn't exist. In fact, let me not even get deep.
So what do you mean essentially? Because what you mean, like there's no break between it. What
There,
do you
there
mean?
should be a
Should always be doing
season. Yeah,
something
for
for
me, not well. For me personally, it's just one whole continuous. Whether it's pre-season, whether it's me playing games, whether it's me lifting heavy, whether it's me doing plyo, it's all continuation of a season.
Right.
So, as I'm not playing games in December, October, January,
Till like
I'm
April,
still
May.
doing stuff
Oh yeah, I hear
that
that.
is
I hear that.
within my season.
Oh yeah.
I'm not playing games in April, in February,
spring,
but I'm with my team.
I got you.
That is still a continuation
Got you.
leading up to me playing games. The
With
games
it. Yeah,
is
got you.
still from lifting weights, heavy weights, to playing games. It's still a whole season.
So you're basically saying it's not necessarily like you have a break and you stop, but
It's
more
like
a-
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's all
Got
food
you,
in
got
it.
you, got you, got you. Okay, all right. But then, do you think that
It's important. Yes, of course, it's important.
And do you think it's in your personal experience, have you seen it been reflected that way? As in, have you some of the games that you've had pre-season games? Do you feel like they've set you up to go into your playing your season in whatever division you're in?
This is the first. I'm gonna have to dumb it down. This is the first pre-season time frame where I feel like if I was to play in this season, I'd have the best season I've ever had because I've taken it seriously.
Right.
My body feels good. I'm faster. I'm stronger.
What does taking it seriously look like to you though?
Taking it serious. What?
Because everyone's pre-season is different. So
Is following a regime.
yeah.
Like a strict regime. Like I wake up every day by 6 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the gym pretty much every day. Like eating healthier.
Yeah.
I'm doing more football related stuff in the gym. I'm not just lifting weights to get strong. Like I'm doing more football related stuff in the gym. I'm on a manual treadmill. I'm running faster, looking stronger, and then I'm watching more football, man. Like,
So just need to clarify.
Yeah.
It seems like what you're talking about is the off season.
yeah. So yeah, that's what I mean. There is no pre-season.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
alright.
saying for him. He hasn't got
Got
a
it.
pre-season.
Okay, for me, I think pre-season is crucial.
Yeah.
From my experience, and the first time I've ever experienced true pre-season is when I moved to London and joined the Blitz.
Yeah.
So there were the pre-season training whereby all new players, you're trying to make a name for yourself.
These
Bam,
guys,
bam, it's
yeah.
awesome. And then we had the pre-season travel whereby we went camp. Where we went to this like
residential
area. I think the first time we did it, we went to this boarding school. Wow. We spent like 2 days there, waking up at 5 a.m. to do training, like till like we get a break, get a food break, you get back on training, like different. It was
very regimented, didn't it?
It's like 4 or 5 a days,
I
man.
thought it was like, whoa, this is. I've got videos of like, look at me, thinking like I'm professional players. Our food was ready, everything. And if you're late, there's punishment. And that you bond with people. Yes. And that was the most crucial thing, because I came as a guy. I didn't really have friends in London like that. I just came to join this team, and the way I bonded. Some of these guys are still some of my best friends right now. My boys now bonded through that pre-season, like. They get to know Dotto, they get to know my Lao fight itself. I got to know different people. We did stupid singing forfeits and all this stuff. And I felt like it's not just about the football aspect, it's about the bonding aspect as well. That's how you become a team.
Chemistry, man.
Chemistry.
It's important.
And that's crucial.
It's time though, man.
But that's why they squeeze, time. For camp in particular, that's why they squeeze so much in as possible. Because they know the value of it, because think about it, we're very limited in this country, innit? One, we're not paid. We're amateur, innit? The Sundays and the midweeks we get are all we get. Other than that, it's like huddle or online or doing Facebook live calls, etc. But there's nothing more valuable than having that particular camp period in terms of pre-season, where you get this amount of training regimes, you get these video sessions, you get these individual drills, you get this. You wake up at this time, you have food at this time, you're back in your room and you're back on the field. They know what they can achieve in a small amount of 2 or 3 days, so they utilize it really well. But I think it's very important personally, very, very important, given the fact that it's so close to the start of the season as well.
Yeah. As well as that, the preseason games, from a coaching perspective, that's brilliant, because you get to see the damage, you know, where a player's at, which players understand the playbook. You know, you get a perspective of who are going to be my starting 11, who are going to be my starting players. You know, what's my depth chart going to look like? Yeah. And if you don't have preseason games, boy, then what's really your objective?
But a lot of teams can't do preseason games. So what happens if you can't get one done?
I don't rate preseason games, because the preseason games that we've had, it's almost no one goes full force, because you're playing another team that's preparing for their.
See, this is the other issue, because essentially, sorry to cut you off, no. The other issue is, okay, so you go do preseason games against X, Y, and Z team. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, and your coaches are thinking, I hope no one gets hurt here, because 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we got the season. Yep. Although you want to see what you got, you want to see how your team prepared. Because I'll tell you one thing: when I do preseason, for me, that's a season game. That's it. It's not preseason. Yeah. I'm going to hit that guy. Yeah. I'm going to truck him, and it has to happen.
And that's how it was. Well, I had my first camp with the Blitz last year, and we went to training camp, and we never had a preseason game. We had a defense versus offense game. Yeah. And I'll tell you for free, if you pulled out of a tackle, you're not going back on that field. Yeah. They don't care whether it's preseason or not. They need to know where you're at, because how can they put you in the firing line against, for example, Warriors' first game of the season, if they know that you can't tackle, if they know that you can't juke a man? So preseasons, for me, is very important. And I don't think you need a preseason game as long as you can go full tilt at practice, at camp, on your 11s versus 11s. Yeah, with some sense. You don't want, twist ankles or nothing like that. But if you can't make a tackle, then I'm not being funny. Don't come on the field come season time.
Yeah, with me, like I said, preseason, like the difficulty of this country is, like, for example, the Warriors. Who are they gonna do a preseason game?
And gain anything from it?
Yeah, like with the Blitz as well. I think 2 years ago it was like Manchester Titans or something, and that was like, it wasn't really full.
Apparently there was rumours that Manchester beat you lot though. I wasn't there at the time, but there was rumours that
they didn't beat us. We won, like I said, it wasn't like we won.
It wasn't like
it was an exhibition for us. We were trying trying different things, different plays. Trying to see.
This is the thing. Depends on where your club is at. For some teams, it's the be all and end all. Like, if we don't show up here, we're screwed for the season. For other teams who are more equipped and are further down in their program, are thinking, you know what? Let's play around with the playbook. Let's try this play. Let's try that. And if it don't come off, then we know. So I guess it depends where you are in your scheme, the players you got on the squad, the coaching, the playbook as well. Because for everybody, it's not the same level. It's not the same playing field for everybody. Like you just said, for some people, it's let's try this out. And for some people, we have to show up now, or we might as well write off the season. Yeah.
For me, like I said, like Manchester probably did beat us, because I remember that it was raining, cold. I got injured, but we were trying, but not like into like there was like,
it wasn't a semi-final,
and we were playing more of the rookies in, just to see how they look in game. But our training was more vicious than that season because I look at them, I'm like, okay, these guys I might never play them, but in preseason, if you know how I train, like I want to fight anyone like that's not on my side of the field, and that's the mentality. If I see someone on the field get on my opposition, like when we're going into like one-on-ones or going into teams, and you're not training full on, then I'll say, get out of here. You're not meant to be here.
That's it. You can't hang.
Deserve it. Pre-season for me, the key thing is getting your practice makes perfect. Getting your playbook right, trying different things, and the chemistry for me is the most important thing, because you will play a game, you make mistakes. The first 2 games of the season, even if you have a preseason game, the first 2 games of the season is probably one of your trial and error game. But prior to that, you should have been practicing as a team, as a unit. Know your boys around you. Go for maybe dinner, banter, and all of this. That chemistry is the most important part of the preseason, because a lot of the teams in this country, you lose players, you retain players. You need to make sure everyone knows each other, because especially with like mental health and everything nowadays, there are a lot of people that will just come and they're quiet, they're introvert people, and they'll just be left in a corner. It's good to get to know different people, get to know how they are, and for me, that's the most important thing about preseason. Not even the fitness element, because you've got your off-season workout. You should be coming fit. Always mental and understanding the players you're playing with, and for me, that's why it's so crucial.
And essentially, that's how we increase the level across the board. So I think, I don't know what you think about this, Dot, but I think it should be a base requirement for every team, where possible, that they should have a residential camp. If it's in the budget, they should have a residential
they're not
camp.
cheap.
Because the things you're stating, bonding with players, coaches bonding, the coaches understanding their players, understanding the schemes, and really embedding yourself into football
and the culture of the team. Honestly, and I agree with that. I think if possible, every team should have camp, because when I first experienced it, it was one of the awesome thing. It was unbelievable.
Tell us about your experiences in camp. What's the craziest stuff?
This guy's trying to prepare himself for
rolling dice.
You're gonna have to roll those dice.
What happens in camp stays in camp, baby.
You're gonna have to roll them dice. I'm not gonna explain everything in the forfeit. Make sure you wake up on time. If you're waking up at 5 a.m., make sure you get to training on time. There are some people waiting for you to roll dice, because you might have to clean. You might be older than all these guys, but you might have to clean coaches' lockers and all these other players, carrying players' kit with them.
Behave yourself.
It was good. It's fun, and then you get to the end and you're singing it. You're relaxed. You're like, you don't have to do all this, because American football, people try to, we need to be macho all the time. But this, and it allows you to bond. And I feel like this is one of the reasons why I didn't go to Warriors versus the Blitz. The Warriors, for me, when I went to their preseason, like, they were intimidating. No one really wanted to talk to me. Everyone was like, they felt like they were too good, that type thing. They thought they were like...
Why does everyone say that?
That's how it came across to me.
No, I get why you say that.
That's how it came across to me.
Everyone says that, and everyone says, I get why you say that.
But they didn't notice me until I started playing for the Blitz. I was like, I came to your camp. No, you didn't. I was like, I did. I didn't see it. I did. And no one said. And with pre-season with the Blitz, people came to talk, like, wow, look at it, all these cool guys. And
it feels like an accomplishment. You finished the weekend, you're tired.
Your body is
you get your decals. I'm talking about camps in general. By the end of camp, you feel tired, but you feel like I've accomplished something. Like I'm good now. I'm set. You get your team decals on your helmet. You think like, now I'm part of the team. I'm amongst. Like
I got a video of that, like, because my helmet was white, like, before the end of it.
Into a blitz,
no, but this is just an experience of camp. Generally. And then after the camp, like, it's time for the decals. And we got decals. Me and Gabs, we got a decal. Like,
we made it, man. Mama made
it. Let's get on Instagram. Yeah. You felt like you've just accomplished something. And it was so awesome. It felt like being like, what's that thing on the NFL? What was it called? It's like you went through the whole period of like different things, different trials. Who's top? Who isn't?
Who's
and then with the Blitz as well, camp is where they separate who's gonna go to A's and B's. So you're like, yo, I need to get involved in this. So like,
you can kind of compare. I know the NFL is a different breed, but like when you look at NFL teams and you watch things like Hard Knocks,
100%.
you can see chemistry. Yes, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna knock heads with someone, but when you come back to your squad, your camp, your residence where you train, you sleep, you eat, these guys they're friends with each other. Like these guys are they talk to each other, they laugh, they joke, they have fun together. Do you know what I mean?
Each other's family, you know?
Exactly that. And then they go out on the field and they ball together. Yeah, you might not always reflect how the way your team feels on the field. Like that's a different thing. But in terms of how important preseason is, yeah, I think it speaks for itself, man. But it also goes to say, like, again, the caliber of team that you face. Because sometimes, I remember when I played for Kent, we preseasoned against O's. I don't know if you were with Kent at this point or if you were still at O's. It was at Orpington. Do you remember where you were?
Oh yeah, no.
You was at O's, but you weren't there.
I was injured.
And I remember I was in the backfield playing running back, lining up against, I think it might have been Ivo in the on the other side. I played linebacker. And I was looking at this guy, and the guy was trying to stare into my soul, and I was just like, "Oh, is it? Is that what it's like? Is that what's happening?" Like, bear in mind that Orpington pitch is terrible, bro. There's like potholes everywhere. But like, I felt like it was a
real game.
I was wearing the Prem.
Yeah, you can't.
And we were in Div. Yeah, we were in Div 1. So to us, for me in particular, it's like, so this is a team.
This is exactly what.
This is what we want. Exactly.
There is no preseason.
I hear that. I hear what you're saying.
It's just a continuation of a season. I get that you're not playing games, and I get it's time for the bonding and stuff, but this is all the season. This is still all season stuff. Like preseason is just a term for a time. It's not necessarily like.
Oh, do you know what? I hear exactly what you're saying.
It's just a term for a time.
Yeah, I hear
but the season is being around your teammates.
Yeah,
the season is bonding with your teammates. The season is still going to camp. The season is still lifting weights, going to training, practicing, blah blah blah, learning your play. This is all seasonal stuff because. It doesn't stop in the preseason. No, it's a continuation throughout the whole period of your football playing experience.
I agree and I disagree. The reason it stopped, like, if you know me at training, if you only met me at training, you think I was on AO. Like, honestly, and that's just how I am. You think I was some new coaches thought I was like on coachable player, which is not true. But if you get to know me outside of that football element, because I travel a lot for work, so sometimes I don't have time to bond with people after. I get give 2 days of my week to football, and after that I don't really do much football bonding type thing. So that's why preseason was important to me, because a lot of people go, "Oh, this guy's just a clown. It's not really. It's not serious. It's not that serious." Because I was starting fights in camp. Like, I was starting fights in training. That's just how. It's not like I intentionally. That's just like I'm a competitor. But if you don't see that jokey side of me outside of you think I was actually.
But that helps, because then people realize the level that you're at when it comes to football.
And that's why I said preseason is important, because like.
They need to know that.
They need to know that, because if you were just seeing, you wouldn't want to talk to me, even though he's a competitor. Like, he's just this guy.
I understand, because when I first met you, I thought this guy's a dick. This guy came talking the most. Yeah. He was just talking in the sense that he's been there for time, and I get it, because you're a competitor, and that's what the team needed at the time. And he came with that pizzazz, he came with that swagger that says, "Look, this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to bring to the team." And I get it.
It's like when you came to Kent, and I was like, when you can clock someone, you can clock their movements, when they move, like, okay, this guy can play ball, innit? And I knew you were, I think you might have been playing back or safety at that point. And I had a run play, and I was like, okay, so it's 1-on-1 now. And I was like, I ain't backing out. There's no way I'm backing out. This guy's come here. There's no way I'm backing out. And that collision was mad, bro. It was absolutely mad.
You know that collision, yeah? I was either going to be a concussion. Shit, honestly. I think it ended the best way, because we were both winded.
Yeah, we were.
So that was going to be a mad concussion, because I dipped my head and George dipped his head in.
But that's what I'm saying. I know. That's when I knew I was like, okay, yeah.
But that's what you need. And I feel like
the levels,
I don't care if someone thinks I'm a dick. As long as they know the level and the energy that I'm bringing, whether or not it's pre-season, off-season, or in-season, as you guys want to say.
Yeah.
As long as you know the levels, coming as a new person or coming as whoever you are, raise your levels to match mine. Yep.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. There's a standard.
That's what the standard should be. And I feel like, as I said, pre-season, off-season, it's all time. But for me, I have a continuation of a season. I just do different things at different times within this stuff. But that's what you need.
Yep.
You need to know. I don't really give a toss to if Bob, Joe Bloggs and whoever don't know who I am personally, but as long as they see me on a football level as someone who's serious, and as long as they can match my seriousness, that's all I really care about. If I'm being 100% honest, obviously X's and O's guys and a few select other people. Like, I would want them to know me personally, because I count you as friends. But the majority of people that I'm playing football with, this is just football.
Yeah.
Just be serious with me, and I need you to match my energy. That's why.
Yeah, but that's you on the individual. Because me personally, I want like my DB unit to be my boys.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
so
yeah, that's what I mean.
Everyone's
That's
different.
what I mean. But
Yeah.
even when I was doing the pump up song, like the
playlist.
no, not even the playlist. So when I was doing what time is it? Game time. What time? Is it? All that stuff. I was looking around to see who was really in the game, and you can see who's not really in the game. There was a select few that were like, yeah, this is. And for me, that's not just me trying to get motivation to you. That's me saying who's actually got my back. You know, like if I'm going into a tackle, who's going to be around the tackle? And I don't feel. That's what I said. It's all time because like. Okay, cool. It might be sick to go bowling or go-karting with my DB mates. But me going go-karting with you and me getting to know you, does that mean that you're going to have my back on a Sunday?
It might do.
It
might do.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's not going to.
I think it does though.
Because there's some people that sometimes I don't like you. I just want you to get a hit. So
yeah, I get that.
I might not help you.
I'm not saying
if you're my boy, I'm like, oh, you might hurt my boy. I'm coming.
Exactly, I'm going to be there. Like,
I'm not saying it's not going to, but I'm saying like, what does it mean? What does bonding mean if you ain't gonna have my back on Sunday? You know what I mean? And but
I think
it's like going on tour for war. You know, it's like a band of brotherhood or sisterhood.
You know what I'd love? I can't lie. I'd love to come to one of you guys' camp. I can't see myself playing for that team.
That's your problem.
Well, off the back of what you're saying, Coach Rick came on our podcast and he said something which struck me, which made me realize, what do I play football for? And he said something as on the lines of, because people ask him, obviously we know he's a successful coach. He was there when the Mighty Olympians was there. And somebody asked him, which one was the best trophy? And he said to them,
the next one.
It's not about the trophies. For me, it's the relationships I built over the years. Because if you think about it, if football for you, that's fine. If football for you is about winning and losing, then you're really, it's wasted. When you finish and it's all done, that time is wasted because that's nothing. That disappears. That's bricks. It's silverware.
It's silverware in the cabinet.
But what does football mean to you? And I want to ask you that, but I want to put you on the spot.
What does football mean to me?
What does football mean to you? Because I know we're spinning off preseason and we're linking it in a way. But what does football mean to you?
To me personally, I don't give a toss about friends.
And he's allowed to. Some people play just to win.
I'm not going to tell you about my children. I'm not going to tell you what I have for dinner. I care about what you bring on the Sunday to make sure that we can win this game. That's all. Even when I was doing athletics, when I was doing 4x1 relay, I didn't care about who did what. And I was running for Lewisham. schools. I didn't care about who did what or what happened. I just cared about how fast you're going to run to make sure we win this relay. And as an athlete, I've always had the motto. My motto is, I don't even have a motto. But my thing is, I need you to be a competitor. I need you to match me.
Yeah.
And preseason is the best way to display that. As a new player, coming to Blitz, my only chance to get more reps, as a new player, is to ball out in preseason.
I get fact. But the reason why I don't like the term preseason is because it's all seasonal. You're still getting better in season. I don't think you need a time to determine what you're doing and how you're still trying to prove yourself, because you still should be proving yourself in game, in season, in training, during the gameplay in season.
Yeah, but I'm competing with returning players.
Yeah, but still.
But even if look, listen. So what other ways for me to display that I'm better than a returning player?
Of course, as you're coming to a new club, team, you're going to need that preseason period. I get that. But your development of yourself shouldn't stop just because you've gone past the
it doesn't. And I need to bring you back to the point you made in terms of you don't care about you're allowed to have the opinion, but from my point of view, and I'll be slightly open here, I went through a lot when it comes to mental health issue, whereby you don't want to talk to the people you're close to, because they might judge you. And the people, and shout out to Temi, the people, big up Temi, man. The people that got my back, and Coach Duncan and Coach Damien, those are the guys that were checking up on me. That family perspective, that brotherhood. I don't care about winning. It's not about winning for me. It's not about football. It goes initially, you like winning, but it goes beyond that. Because I never thought I need, because I'm although I'm extrovert, I like my own space. I don't really mix with the team too much. But then you realize when you really need people, someone will just pop up and say, "Yo, I haven't seen you at training. What's going on? How you doing?"
Like, and that means a lot.
I can't go into full detail, but you guys don't understand how much that meant to me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And that's why I said we need to define preseason because there are some people that the reason why they noticed I wasn't there is because I'm the loudmouth. I'm like, and when you see that I'm quiet, like, okay, something's wrong. But there's some people whereby they're just quiet in general. And if you get to know their nature more than in person, you can tell when they're not being their normal quiet self. There's just something different. And then you can say, okay, that's my boy, that's something. What's up? Let's talk about this. And I think that's why preseason is crucial.
Yeah. Damn, that's deep, man.
Sorry about that.
No, it's cool, man. I love it when it goes
don't apologise at all, but
trust me, I love it when it goes
I think we could probably even do a part 2 potentially, because there's a lot to talk about. But I think we'll leave that one there because we're running out of time.
Yeah, man.
But Doc, thank you for coming on, man. It's been
Appreciate you, B.
Doc,
wait, quick question.
I got some questions as well.
Where are you playing this season, B?
Mad.
I'm recovering from my Achilles tendon injury, so that's where I am at the moment.
Cool. 2 questions before we leave. Yeah, who's the best wide receiver you've played against?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I have to say, I've played against. That's a tough one. There's this guy at Birmingham Bulls. I keep forgetting his name. Michael, I think. He's a skinny guy, but he's the one that challenged me. He used to catch the ball on me. Second, I have to say Jack Daly.
Yeah,
there's something about Daly whereby I look at him like, look at this chubby looking slow guy, and he'll headbutt you, and he'll run past you, and then it makes you think, okay, it's coming from me. What do I need to do? And Jack is the only person because I get really aggressive. Jack will come at me like,
and give you aggression back.
Why are you guys scared of him? God. And I
you like that?
Everyone else, I just ask. The person that gets me the most is what's his name?
Who?
Tall
Tim.
No.
Sam Rogers.
Sam Rogers. When it comes to deep ball, Sam Rogers is my weakling. So those guys, I have to say.
And lastly, who's the best cornerback in the country?
Right now that I'm injured, I have to give it to. This is a tough one.
Not Selenkay, basically.
I'm not cornerback.
No. I have to give it to.
If you don't say this guy's name,
it's between Eddie and this other guy that plays for Portsmouth. Potsdam.
Eddie plays for Potsdam.
No, Eddie and there's another guy.
I'm not sure.
He's not well known. He played GB once, and then he is sick.
Yeah,
athlete, fast, white dude, sick.
We'll have to get that name still.
Yeah. I need to find a name for you, but
we'll have to get that name still.
He's I can't remember his name now, but he's the sickest.
Cool. Damn. Alright, cool.
Make sure you tune into all the other episodes. There's 50 plus for you to listen to. Look out on YouTube because I'm going to be releasing some visuals. Take care. Peace.